So, here we have it. Remember about a year or two ago, Litaki released their first kit, which is the J-22 Orao. One of the complaints I had, and it wasn't just me, there was others, so I'm not taking the credit on this, but one of the big complaints was, number one, the lack of detail on the size of the fuselage. That was number one. And number two, the weapons were less than spectacular, Wanted more guided weapons, stuff like that, because it was mostly bombs and stuff that the original kit carried. Well, not too long after that, Litaki announced that they were going to rework the molds and release their third and fourth kits in 72nd scale, which were the upgraded J-22M and two-seat versions of the kit. And here we are. So we're going to do a quick review on this. We're not going to review all the parts because most of the original parts are in the kit, but they did make some drastic changes, and it helped quite a bit when it came to the complaints about the lack of detail in the weapons. So we'll go through this real quick. Okay, so here we go with the kit open here. So let's start with this. I'll show you what this is. This is what's changed. This is the improvements in the kit that they put on. So this right here, these are the original kits, the kit parts here, minus the fuselage and stuff like that. We don't need to go through this because these parts are already in the original kits. They're not affected by any of the changes at all whatsoever. So we'll just leave this out. These are the core parts. I don't think they're included either. Anyway. And let's see, first of all, there's some changes. There's some changes with the decals. These are the new decals here. Two updated versions from 2023, or 2024, I should say. Here they are. These are the two updated versions. So, and it's just two versions, not, but perfectly fine. Of course, I love that they do this. This is cool too. They did it with the original kit as well. So anyway, let's go back here. So the decals, again, I mean, they look pretty good. They're nice and registered. Not worry about that. Here's the first change of the photo etch sheet. And you see there's a lot more photo etch in there than usual. Those are the fins for the Maverick missiles. Some other stuff in here too. I haven't really dived too much into this. Some of this is original stuff, but some of it is the additions to the additions of the new kit here. So anyway, and then here's the decal sheet, or here's the instruction sheet. Same thing as the last booklet here, and there are changes, massive changes to this book. The first is. This is the first massive change, is the assembly of the fuselage here. So instead of the two-piece fuselage shafts you put together, and I think part of the reason why that the fuselage sides in the original kit didn't have much detail is because of the way it was pressed. If they would have tried to put the detail in, that probably would have been scraped off by the molding machine. So they didn't try too hard. I mean, they tried to put some of the fuselage lines in there, but not too much, and the detail just wasn't there on the sides there. So that's one big change. And then if I can hear this, the other big change here too is the nose. It's added a laser rangefinder on the noses for certain versions on there. And then here's the other big change, the weapons. And as you see right here, starting with this is the Maverick. This is I believe it's a Russian bomb. I don't know which Russian bomb it is here too. Let's see here. And then there's supposed to be a laser guide bomb. I think it's specific to that particular aircraft there. Laser link pod for the guide bomb. And of course, again, mounting instructions of where the weapons go. And then there's the paint instructions for the weapons. So those are the big improvements on here. And I'll show you how the kit itself has been improved. Alright, so here's the wing set, which was with the original kit, so we don't need to bother too much with that. Here are the two main changes right here. Here's the first one. And you can see the detail real clear on the top and bottom of the fuselage here. So these are the Maverick missiles, the laser pod. Yeah, see here, launch rails. So you got that, and then the fuselage size. So let me get this out of the way. So now you see the great detail, much more detail than in the original kit. All that detail was lacking in the original kit is now officially on this kit here. And of course you got your bombs here too, and that's for your laser guide bomb here. But the detail is much better than the original kit. Alright, so there you have it here. A much improved kit. Much improved, and I'm very impressed by what they did with this here too. Now, of course, on their website, and then, you know, with the situation with the tariffs and all that, it's still kind of hit and miss. I've noticed that some of the sellers in Ukraine have tried to work in those tariffs and the price of the kits or shipping. So it might be easier to get it from them. However, the tariff situation and the de minimis have caused a major mess. And, you know, as a result, I ordered two of these kits from two different companies because I wasn't sure whether I was going to get one. And sure enough, one of them has vanished. Technically vanished. More likely, I guess, seized at the border. Possibly was destroyed by UPS, because there was a story that came out about a week or two ago that UPS was destroying over $10 million worth of packages because they were in limbo. You know, in customs limbo, because when de minimis ended, they changed a lot of rules and regulations concerning the paperwork, and another kit that I had coming into the country got caught up in that and ended up having to send it back to Poland because they didn't accept the paperwork, which is, the whole thing is just stupid in my opinion. But anyway, I ordered another one of these from Ukraine. It also got caught up in shipping and technically disappeared. I've been speaking with the company. They said that they'll send me another one as a replacement. But you know, I'm kind of worried about the situation when it comes to shipping now. I've ordered stuff from China, and I haven't had very many problems yet. A bit longer time to get it because, you know, the customs situation has changed drastically. But I haven't ordered anything from Europe since the end of de minimis, and right now it seems like whatever order from Europe is getting caught up in the net. So hopefully I'll get a replacement kit brought out to me soon. I don't know. Hopefully this whole situation with de minimis and the tariffs and all that crap will end soon. God knows when. It's one heck of a lottery, so to speak. But anyway, yeah, I was quite surprised. You know, it's not very often you hear manufacturers say, hey, you know, we listen to your complaints and we're going to improve the product. And that's exactly what Litaki did. You know, bravo Litaki, great job. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and list below. Y'all have a good night.